We had been doing one or two or three character plays indoors because they're safer to rehearse. You know, there are fewer people in the room and they can be further apart, etc. But we wanted to move away from that for the last show of our 25th anniversary season. And so 18 months or so ago when we were planning it, we thought about what would be good to do outdoors under the stars, and from there it was a short jump to Galileo. It's about people who question things. In this case, one person, one historical figure who said, 1,000 years worth of science is wrong, and I can prove it. And it's not only about the courage that it took to do that, but it's about the fierce opposition to that idea that he was met with, and all but cost him his life. And so it's a story for today. If there's any story for today, that's the story right now. The cynic in me says that people are not capable anymore of hearing a story unless it fits the narrative they want to hear. There's a part of me that's very cynical about the idea of telling such a story, but you got to try. If you feel that is the case, you have to try to push back. And we live in a world with very few Galileos right now, and thankfully there are a few, but those that are willing to push back against the mass mindset they're not always right. I mean, that's the other thing. There are plenty of people who push back against it without the proof. Galileo in the play has the proof, and he can, if you just look. There are two scenes in the play where he says, all you have to do is look through this telescope, and they won't do it. They won't go that far. And so it isn't just about contradicting the narrative, it's about contradicting it with facts. And that's what's most important in the Galileo story, I think. I think we have a stellar cast led by Julie Oliver, and then of course we're doing it in the round, and we're doing it outdoors, and we're doing it. We're trying to mine the humor of the play, which is not. Again, when people think of Galileo, or Brecht, really, they don't think of the humor, but Brecht is very, very funny and very, very sarcastic in many places, and he puts people in situations that in some ways it's a situation comedy. It just happens to be about an ancient, an old person from several hundred years ago. I hope that they will ask themselves the question, what would I do if I were in Galileo's situation? Would I have the courage to speak up on that subject despite being politically and culturally and socially ostracized for doing so? Would I have the courage to do that? And if we can get people to start thinking about that, then I think we'll have cracked open an issue that is very, very important right now in our country.